All right, guys, how many hints can I give you and still feel like you guys are taking your quiz? Okay, let's go. Period 6. Let's see if I can help you out here. Okay, period 6. Let's start with this first one. Now, that is not the actual equation that you need. What you're going to need is, you're going to need this equation. Y equals, I'm going to move this over here. Y equals negative 2x minus 2. So using that equation, you should be able to graph these. Let's say my first spot is at negative 2. Then I already know one of these spots. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. This is negative 1, negative 2. So my x coordinate is right here at 0. So this is 0. And my y coordinate is down here at negative 1, negative 2. So 0, negative 2 is this point. So already I've got my first point. Once you start putting points in because you know how the line moves, you can start filling in the line and the equation, or the graph and the table. Number 2, same thing. You're going to need a new equation here. I need to move the x over to this side and then divide everything by 2 to get rid of that. And you end up getting y equals positive 1/2 x plus 2. All right. Third problem. I need to move this over to here and then divide by 3 because of that. So once I do that, y equals positive 2/3 x divided by 3 minus 2. So write those 3 equations down, graph them and do the tables. Those are 2 points each. Okay. Number 4 and number 5, round to the nearest tenth. Look across the room. Give me your best guess for the square root of 54 and the square root of 75 to 1 decimal place. Number 6 and number 7, I'll give you a hint. Remember, to simplify them, look, these are the same 54 and 75, and now we have 54 and 75. Simplify means to tell me exactly what they are, not an estimate. So we can do that. One technique is we can break these into 2 parts, 2 square roots that multiply together. I'm going to choose the square root of 9 because it's on the wall times the square root of 6. Since I know the square root of 9, I can turn that into the answer for square root of 9, and I can turn this one in. This one doesn't change to anything. This one is just still the square root of 6. So it's missing one little part. All you're missing is this answer right here for this one. And then you have to do the same thing for 75. Looking on the wall, can you make a multiplication using something on the wall? Over here, I used this one because it was on the wall. Can you use something on the wall that of the perfect squares that make 75, and then can you answer it? So this one, the answer is something times the square root of 6, but you got to just answer that part. And then do number 7. Rational or irrational? This is 6.89 repeating. 9. This is 22/7. So all you got to do is put I or R, rational or irrational. Write the fraction. 6.8 and 3.54 repeating. Remember, this changes our fraction a little bit. I'll give you a hint here. Here's the tenths column, and the hundredths column. Both of these, however, need to be reduced at the end. At the very end, you're going to be able to find a number in the top and bottom. You need to take them out, divide them out. All right, right triangle. We did these for homework. Here's what I want you to do. Put a square around the biggest one. That would have to be our C of our A squared plus B squared is C squared. We're going to make our little ABC table. And for this, apparently the 5 and the 8 are the A and the B, and the 10 would have to be the C. Now, that's my sides, or those are my roots. What about my squares? Well, then I would have 25 is 5 squared, 64 is 8 squared, and 100 is 10 squared. Is this a right triangle? Do these, because A squared plus B squared should equal C squared. Do those equal each other? If so, you can write yes if you show me that much work. If they don't, you can write no, that they don't, but you have to show me the work. And then over here, do the same thing. Remember, this has to be the C. It's the biggest one. Over here, just like from warm-ups, we're going to put a line across. We're going to say that's our root, and here's our squares. and you're gonna make the squares. Remember, these add up together. These will add up together. So what is missing here? And then what is the square root of that? And that's our missing side over there. All right, good luck. Do those on both of those. And then finally over here, same thing. We're gonna make our ABC chart. We're gonna go like this. And here's our roots and our squares. But what is A, B, and C?
Attention.
Our technique is we have to look at that 90-degree angle, and that should tell us where the A and the B sides are, and we should know what is the C's. So once we fill in those numbers, something should be missing, and then we just take the square root of that thing, and that should be the answer. You don't have to estimate on any of these. Leave them as square roots. Okay, good luck.